It was supposed to be an ordinary Tuesday. I left the office late, around 8 p.m., exhausted from the day's workload. My coworkers had long since departed, leaving me to the eerie silence of the 15th floor. The elevator, my usual route down, was just a few steps away. I pressed the down button and waited, tapping my foot impatiently as the fluorescent lights flickered ominously. When the elevator finally arrived, the doors creaked open, revealing the dimly lit interior. I stepped inside, pressing the button for the ground floor. As the doors slid shut, I leaned against the wall, letting out a long sigh. The elevator jolted to life, descending smoothly at first. But then, just as it reached the 12th floor, it came to an abrupt halt, the lights flickering before plunging me into darkness. Panic surged through me as I fumbled for my phone, using its weak glow to illuminate the small space. I pressed the emergency button repeatedly, but there was no response, just a static hiss that made my skin crawl. "Stay calm," I told myself, trying to steady my breathing. "It's just a technical glitch. They'll fix it soon." Minutes stretched into what felt like hours. The temperature in the elevator seemed to drop, and I wrapped my arms around myself, shivering. The weak light from my phone cast eerie shadows on the walls, playing tricks on my mind. Every creak and groan of the elevator felt amplified in the oppressive silence. Suddenly, a soft thud echoed from above, followed by a faint scraping sound. My heart pounded in my chest as I strained to listen. It sounded like something, or someone, was moving on top of the elevator. The scraping grew louder, more deliberate, as if whatever was up there was trying to get inside. "Hello?" I called out, my voice trembling. "Is someone there?" There was no reply, only the persistent scraping and the occasional thud. I backed into the corner of the elevator, clutching my phone like a lifeline. My rational mind told me it was just the machinery malfunctioning, but a primal fear gnawed at my gut, telling me otherwise. The elevator shuddered violently, and I stumbled, barely managing to keep my balance. The scraping stopped, replaced by a heavy, suffocating silence. Then, without warning, a loud crash reverberated through the elevator, and the emergency hatch above me was flung open. A cold breeze swept through the small space, carrying with it a rancid odor that made me gag. I stared up at the dark opening, my heart in my throat. Slowly, a figure emerged, its features obscured by the darkness. It dropped down into the elevator with a grace that belied its human shape. Who are you?" I stammered, backing further into the corner. The figure didn't respond. Instead, it took a step closer, and the weak light from my phone caught its face. My blood turned to ice. Its eyes were hollow, empty sockets that seemed to suck the light from the room. Its mouth was twisted into a grotesque grin, revealing sharp, decayed teeth. I tried to scream, but my voice caught in my throat. The figure reached out, its bony fingers inches from my face. In a desperate attempt to defend myself, I swung my phone at it, but it passed through the figure as if it were made of smoke. The figure laughed, a chilling sound that echoed in the confined space. "You're mine now," it whispered, its voice like nails on a chalkboard. "No," I screamed, finding my voice at last. "This can't be real." The figure's grin widened, and it lunged at me. I closed my eyes, bracing for the impact, but it never came. When I opened my eyes again, the figure was gone, and the elevator was moving once more, descending rapidly. Relief washed over me, and I collapsed to the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. The elevator dinged, and the doors slid open to reveal the lobby. I stumbled out, gasping for air, and collapsed onto the cold marble floor. A security guard rushed over to me, his face a mask of concern. "Are you okay?" he asked, helping me to my feet. I was trapped," I stammered, my voice barely above a whisper. "There was something in the elevator with me." He frowned, glancing at the elevator. "We didn't hear any alarms," he said, "and there's no one else here." I shook my head, the memory of the figure's hollow eyes and twisted grin seared into my mind. "It was real," I insisted. "I saw it." The guard nodded sympathetically, though I could tell he didn't believe me. He escorted me to a chair and handed me a bottle of water. "Take a few minutes to collect yourself," he said. "I'll file a report." As I sat there trying to calm my racing heart, I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. Every shadow seemed to move, every sound felt amplified. The lobby, once a place of safety, now felt just as oppressive as the elevator. I never took the elevator again. The stairs became my only route, each step a reminder of that night. And though I tried to convince myself it was just my imagination, the figure's haunting words echoed in my mind. You're mine now. To this day, I can't shake the feeling that it's still watching, waiting for the next descent.